Hi everyone, and welcome to my build and buy mode overview for The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. So in this video, I'll be showing everything that comes with build and buy mode and all the color options, and also talk about the features that were added for these modes in this expansion pack and the recent patch. I also made a Create a Sim and Create a Pet overview, which should be up the same time as this video, so I'll leave a link to that somewhere in case you want to check that out, but let's get into build mode. So first of all, we have 3 new trees which have some different color options for them. Some of them look like the leaves are changing, which is nice. There's 3 new bushes, so we have this one with some different color options, and one of a cat and another of a dog. We also have 10 new wallpapers, although some of them are just different options of the sightings that have the edges on them. So I didn't really show those because it's the exact same thing, but I do really like the different shingles that we get. I've been wanting beachy shingles like that for a while. Also like the paneling that we get here. There's 2 new floors, both of which I really like, especially this first one. I just love the detailing of it. This one's also really nice as well. And there's 1 new foundation, which is just this kind of clapboard foundation. We also have 13 new windows, so just a bunch of different new options, which I really like. And a lot of them have the same color options, so I didn't bother with going through all the different colors that they had. There's also 13 new doors as well. I really like this one, just has that very Cape Cod-esque kind of a feel. This one's really nice as well, and I like the worn wood detail that they have, and there's this really nice one that makes a good front door. This one's unlocked through the vet career, so that one's really good to use around a vet office, or not the vet career, but by owning a vet clinic, or I think at some point in the vet school you can unlock it. And there's also some different doggy doors that you can have, and toddlers can also go through them as well. I do wish that they had it so there were some just regular doors that have the dog door on them as well. That would be nice, but that's fine. Here we have 5 different wall sculptures. So there's these different supports and this wall plant decoration, which is really nice. There's this awning item, which has just a bunch of different roof types with it. I don't think any of them exactly match the roofs that we had, because I was messing around with that a little bit in a build I was working on, but you do have a 2 tall wide version of that and a 3 tall wide version of it. Next, there's a new fence as well as a new gate, as well as some new columns and a new spandrel, and all of them just have the same color options. But I really like the build items that came with this pack. I just love the style of it. I've been wanting more of a beachy Cape Cod kind of a style for items. We also have 3 different roof decorations. So first of all is this one that just, I don't know, it's kind of like a small tower, but it's one of those items that's nice for adding a bit of detail. And lastly, we have a new chimney. So moving into buy mode, there are a few new living chairs. So we've got 4 of those. And I really like the patterns that the first one had. I don't like the armless version of that as much as the version of it that does have arms, which is this one right here. The new ottoman is really nice as well, and I also like this living chair, which just has a very cozy feel. And a lot of the buy mode, or a lot of the furniture that comes with this pack just kind of reminds me of my grandparents' house. Like, it definitely has that sort of a older fashioned feel to it, which is something that I really like. So I feel like a lot of this stuff is going to be good for making very cozy feeling homes. So right now we're looking at this new couch, which has a bunch of different pillows on it. And I like that they are adding pillows to more of the furniture that we have in the game, because I just feel like it's something that really gives the furniture more of a homey and a cozy feel, like you know, makes it feel a little more lived in, a little less cold. We have this corner seating, which I think it's supposed to be like an outdoor version of it, so I imagine that you can put 4 of them around each other in a circle and make some really cool outdoor seating area. We also have this couch that matches the chair that we saw earlier, as well as some more of these corner seats. So these 2 are more for inside, and I really like these. It's just so cool. So you could stick these in a turret type area, or, you know, a bump out that's in a more, I guess, like a half hexagon or octagonal shape. So that's just a really cool feature, so I'm definitely going to be putting those to use. We also have 4 new beds, so these 2 are more so meant for kids. And I think that the animal one is just adorable, and I like the patterns that come with this one. We have a couple new double beds, which has some really nice patterns in them as well, and I like the clapboard or the paneling that's on the first bed. And this one has some really cozy looking quilted patterns to it. And lastly, in the comfort category, we have this bar stool with some nice worn detailing to it. There's 1 coffee table. I do like this one. I like the mix of metals and woods on it. We have a couple of dining tables which have this rustic wooden look on it, so I imagine that they would work well for an outdoor eating area at a bar or a restaurant. There's some more accent tables, so I think we've got 6 of these. There's some more of these more nightstand type tables. This one looks like it's kind of worn, like maybe a cat or dog got up and scratched it a little bit. I also like the new kids furniture that comes with this pack. It's very adorable, like the paw prints and such on it. This table's alright. I don't like it as much as the other ones. This one is also really nice, and some of the furniture that came with this pack reminds me of some of the stuff that we got with Parenthood, because Parenthood had some furniture with the paneling on it as well, but I actually like this furniture a little bit more because it's a little bit more of a rustic style and it comes with some useful items. Like these shelving items are really cool. Like these are just perfect for giving a house a more homey look, and since they're in the shelving category, I'm guessing that you can stick items on top of them. That's not something that I've tried yet. So here we have a couple of picnic tables. We've got the more worn wood looking one, and then this one with an umbrella on it. And I think that umbrella came with some base game items. It looks familiar, so I think they might have just reused an umbrella from something else. We also have a new bathroom set with a sink, a tub, and a toilet. Here are some of the vet items that we get. So this is a medicine making station, so you have the budget version and the more high-end version. And we also have a new fish tank, and I really like this because the other fish tanks that we have been more modern, so I'm glad that they just added in a more traditional looking fish tank, and I love the little lighthouse in it. There's some cat and dog toys as well, and these little toy chests that you can store their stuff in. So we have a more modern option for these and a couple of more traditional ones, and I really like the paw print on that one. Here are some of the obstacle course items. So we got these tubes that they can go through. We saw some hoops and some other things. There's this bathroom and a few different food stalls in case you want to put those on a residential lot. So in decorations, we have 5 plants. I really like the tire item. I just think it's kind of cool. It's kind of different. And we have this cat and dog plant decoration as well. There's a whole bunch of new decals. So I counted 72 new posters and decals. So there's so many options for decorating your vet clinic. So I'm just going through and showing them here. Most of them didn't really have different color options, which was good because it was less screenshots that I had to take. Because I think I probably had 1,000 or 2,000 screenshots that I put together for this video because there's just so many different items and so many color options. So I really feel like we got a lot from this pack because, you know, like usually when I do these overview videos for expansion packs, I just cram it all into one video. But with this one, I just had to split Create a Sim and Build and Buy One into 2 separate videos because it was going to be really long if I put in one because there's just so much new content to show with this. But yeah, here we have a cute calendar and some different posters you can stick around to vet clinics. So I think these would work well in the actual exam rooms because, you know, when I've taken my pets to the vet, they just have different posters of like health things to watch out for with your pets. So I imagine those are kind of like that. And here are some new paintings. I really like this dog. Oh, they're playing. I didn't realize they were playing Don't Wake the Llama instead of poker. That's so cool. And yeah, these are just really nice. I like how they have different pictures on them instead of just different frame options. Next, there's some new curtains, so we've got 12 of those. Some of them are good for smaller windows, like these 2, and I just really like the patterns that a lot of the items in this expansion pack has. And I feel like the newer items we've been getting in the game have just been much more detailed than what we got back in the beginning. So I'm glad that they've been adding in more patterns and such. And then we have this one, which just looks like a variation of the curtains that we got with the toddler patch, but just with some more cat and dog type patterns on them instead. And then we have a couple different kinds that come in different widths so you can place them over different windows, which is really handy. And then there's this really cool statue and some different signs that you can put outside, and here's some that you could maybe put in front of a vet clinic, and you can also place different decals on them, which you can see here. And there's some new statues, so we got these cute dog and cat statues and some other different things, like we also have this adorable statue of a cat and a dog meeting, and here's some billboards that you can maybe put in front of business. Here's a ship steering wheel and I guess an abandoned pet gravestone and some fireplaces, which are really cool. I really love these fireplaces, especially the one with the mirror. That just looks so neat. And here's an x-ray thing, and I guess something you would stick in a vet office, and some different lights and such that you would use on a vet office building. There's these more nautical decorations, which are really cool, so I think a lot of the stuff that came with this pack would also be really handy for trying to make a seafood restaurant, so that's something I kind of want to attempt at some point, but there's just so many different builds that I want to make and not enough time to make them all. And here's this really cool corner decoration, and these more outdoorsy type decorations. There's this nautical divider and some crates and stuff like that you can put around, some bags of dog and cat food and some different vet related things, and some food containers and treat containers, and this chest of book. Here's there's also a bunch of rugs, so I think we got over 20 new rugs. So you can have that newspaper if you want to make it look like you're potty training a dog, and there's some different placements that you can use to put your pet's food on. So yeah, that was a nice little touch that they put into this expansion pack. And then after that, there's some different, more pet-oriented welcome mats. So I think this one is really cute. And then we got this little paw print rug. And then there's some more different kinds of welcome mats. So these are just like no dogs allowed, no cats allowed, or dogs allowed, or cats allowed type things. And then there's some different rugs that you could use to decorate around the house. So there's also some ones that look like different kinds of anti-fatigue mats that you'd maybe put around a vet clinic. And I really like these woven rugs. They're just so cute and just have this really nice country kind of a vibe to them. So yeah, it's nice to have those as well. It's just nice that they're adding some different kinds of items with this. And then lastly, in the rugs category, we have this large rug which just has a whole bunch of different pattern options for them. And the cool thing is that since we can now shrink objects, we can size that down and use at different spots, which I will get to a little more towards the end of the video. But next we have some different food bowls as well as some different automatic feeders. So yeah, it's cool that they have the option of automatic feeders as well, in addition to just regular pet food bowls. And then there's a couple of different cat beds, or dog bed, or well, pet beds in general. So we have the smaller one, which you can use for small dogs and cats, and then there's also a larger one. And I think that from what I've seen, multiple pets can go on the larger one at the same time, because I think I saw a screenshot where there was a couple of puppies on the larger one, so that's kind of neat as well. So moving along, we have some litter boxes. So we've got 4 litter boxes ranging from your basic just panel litter to fancy schmancy self-scooping litter boxes in case your Sims don't want to deal with cleaning out the litter box. And then we also have some different kind of scratching posts and cat trees, so there's a whole bunch of different options for that. So you just have the regular old basic scratching post, then you have this little tree, and then you have this scratching post that also has a perch on it. And then there's also some fancier cat trees, and yeah, so there's a little more of a basic cat tree, and then there's also this much fancier option for your cat tree as well. And this last one is just a decarpeted version of it. Yes, moving on, there's a little carrier. We also have some more of the vet clinic items. So I think the first thing is supposed to be like a medicine cabinet, and then we got the check-in station and a medicine refrigerator, as well as the exam table and the surgery machine. And there's just like crappy budget versions of each of them and then nicer versions. So I think the budget version, if you use that, it's more likely that things are going to go wrong. But now we're into the lights. There's 3 table lamps. I really like this one. I really like the little lighthouse one too. That one's really adorable. There's 1 standing lamp. So we got this more traditional one, which I really like. It's got a very cozy feel to it. There's an outdoor lamp, and then there's also a few different there's a wall lamp. And lastly, for the lights, we've got 3 new ceiling lamps, which keep up with the whole rustic kind of nautical feel. And this last one, for some reason, it makes me think of something that came with the Sims 3 pets. There's also a couple of these Roomba type vacuums, and if you use them, your cats might actually end up riding them, which is kind of a cool touch. There's a cat and a dog mailbox, which you can unlock through the vet skill. And we also have a couple of new bookshelves, which are really nice as well. And the last of the items that we get are 3 new dressers. So there's a kid's dresser to match the table that we saw earlier. We also have this one, which looks more like a towel cabinet than a dresser, but it's cool that it functions as one as well, and then more of a typical traditional dresser. So that is it for the items. We also have a few different rooms. So we've got 8 rooms. I'll just show all of these. We also had a recent patch which added some new roofing options, so now you can pull the eaves in all directions instead of just up and down, which is just really handy. There's also some new roofing types, so we have pentagonal roofs and hexagonal roofs and octagonal roofs, as well as a round roof. So this just really adds a lot of new roofing decorations, because this is something that I, as well as other builders, have been wanting for a while. And also, if you hold down Shift plus C, you can alter some more points on the roof, so you can really get some interesting roof shapes. They also added in some new roof trims. So yeah, there's just a lot of new goodies for roofing. So yeah, it's really handy. I also forgot to show it, but you can pull thieves on hipped roofs out now as well, which is another thing that I've really been wanting. So made me so happy that they added that. And now if you hold down Shift plus the left bracket, you can size down objects, which is really nice because before you can only size them up, and your Sims are still able to use the size down items. We also have some new lot traits, so there is breeding ground as well as cat and dog friendly, or you can make a place a cat or a dog hangout. And the last of the lot traits is training ground, which you'll see here shortly, so it's all the way at the very bottom. And yeah, that is it as far as the new build and buy mode features. So like I said back in the beginning, I did upload a create a pet and create a sim overview, so I'll link to that somewhere in case you want to check that out. And as far as exploring gameplay, we'll be starting a Let's Play very soon, and I should also be uploading a speed build either tomorrow or the day after that. But yeah, that's it, so I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Thanks for watching, and bye!